Wow, good afternoon YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Dan, and today basically what I've got here is another batch of the Spalted Beech, which I had delivered very recently. Now this piece is 8 inches by 3 inches in diameter, and very similar to the last piece. It's actually been coated in wax just to prevent any warping, splitting, anything like that really. I do have a crack on the other side of this basically, which I need to be very mindful of. I was going to mount this via the faceplate, but being with the diameter being so narrow, I suppose, I don't really want to go putting 1 inch screws into this piece. But what I am going to start off with, I'm going to bring my tool rest round and I'm going to come onto this face value. And basically, I just want to get as close as possibly can. And just for a bit of added security, a bit more support, what I'd like to do is just bring in the tailstock. And I'm just going to get that centered, because basically I don't want any accidents or anything going flying or becoming misplaced. So, but once we get it into some kind of shape and some form, etc., then we can start obviously get some curves and hopefully get it into some kind of practical decorative piece. So, but yeah, as I can say, if you're new to my my woodturning lives, I'm going to say I'm based here in mid Wales and in the UK. And yeah, I've been woodturning for a couple of years, and I really enjoy this process of taking timber and turning it into something very useful and practical. So if you'd like to support my journey as a wood turner, I was going to say don't forget that subscribing to the channel is free, and we're going to crack on and get straight into wood turning, and hopefully we can do this piece justice. So yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. It won't turn out too bad. The last couple of sculpted pieces I've turned very recently have turned out to be absolutely incredible. And not just from the piece, but the grain patterns, the colour variations, that kind of thing really. So but yeah, I make platters, I make bowls, I make vases, and hopefully we're going to try and turn a pen very soon. So it should be very interesting. So but yeah, as you can see, it's very wet, cold, windy here in Wales today. We can't expect much else really for this kind of weather really in Wales. So we're going to crack on. Basically, we're going to crack on. I am going to use the carbide to start with, just to remove a lot of this wax. And yeah, and then hopefully we can get into some of this grain patterns really and see what this piece is actually hiding. So we're pretty balanced. I can say it's not causing me too many problems. It's not causing too many problems. But let's speed up. I was going to say, see where we can go speed-wise. Can we get up to about 500 revs? A bit quicker? 600 RPM, revolutions per minute. So it's hi there, buddy. Welcome to the live. I was going to say it's we've got 63 people in the room. Welcome, everybody. Okay, let's have a stop there and see how much of this wax we've taken off already. And say 95 people in the room. And say we're getting through it. So it's been quite aggressive, the piece of carbide, but first things first, I can tidy up a lot of the tool marks in this basically as we come around it. But because we're only at 595 at the moment, just short of 600 revs, I'm going to speed up a little bit more, so I'm going to some cleaner cuts. And what I'm going to do is going to bring the tool rest up just a tad. Just a tad. If anybody's got any questions, don't forget to fire them away in the comment section. It does help me make the live a bit more engaging. So 700 revs. to swap over to my 3/8 bowl gouge, because what I like to do, it looks more like a foot at the moment, this area here. So what I'd like to do is turn that into a tenon. So and then basically, hopefully, we can try and get some shape going. So. But Vars's word of the day. Right, okay. In the say it's I was gonna put a chunk on the lathe today to make a vase actually, Dave. But yeah, I decided against it because I've still quite a lot of this spalted beech to get through. So I've got some really awkward sizes to get through really, and yeah, and one for another day I suppose. But we'll see how we get on with it. We'll see how we get on. Let's say, but it's 122 people in the room. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. But yeah, I've got a tiny bit of this wax here to remove now, which should not be a problem at all. I do like some of the colour variations that are coming through at the moment. And say I find spalted beech. I think spalted beech is turning into one of my favourite types of timber to turn. So, but I've actually got it mounted on the worm screw today. Didn't want to mess around with the screws really. So, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. I'm going to try and turn this into a practical decorative piece. Okay, there's my tenons on. Yeah, let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. Okay, we've moved the majority of the wax, tiny little bit here, which we'll remove very shortly. Right, okay. Okay, let's speed up a little bit more. Okay, we're going to get to about 800 revs, okay? Okay, let's have a good look now. Let's have a good look. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. A couple of little areas I'd like to clean up. Okay. 900 revs. 930. Hi Jamie, welcome to the live. Right, I've got up to over 1,000 revs, 1,055 revs, top speed basically, so I can just give it a nice clean finish before I think about actually flipping it round. Okay, we're getting a nice finish. So, what I'm looking for is up there on my shelf. No, it's not. Okay. 140 people in the room. Welcome everybody. It's up and down today. It's fluctuating today. Right, okay. I'd like to bring this tenon down just a tad, put a ducktail on there, and tidy it up, and then we'll flip it around. I'm going to get it actually hollowed out. You. Just that. Ducktail on that. There we are. Yeah, if anybody wants to support my journey on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It does really help the channel out massively. And then any likes, comments, subscribes, that kind of thing, all helps the algorithm down. So, say that off the worm screw. So, okay, where's that crack I'm mindful of? Here. This crack here I'm being very, very mindful of. Luckily, it's not going too far. It's only stopping here, so it's only a surface crack. So we'll shave this down as we get rid of the depth hole, the guide hole, and or the wormhole. Wormhole. Okay, remember that one. Right, let's get this worm screw out. Put it in your pocket down, otherwise you're never going to find it again. I have a tendency to put things down in the workshop and then 5 minutes later I can't find them. So, okay. Nice little fit. Make sure it's nice and tight in there. I'm not going anywhere. There we are. Let's move that tailstock out of the way. And first things first, clean this up enough to remove this crack. Okay, so, and obviously the wax which is around the edge of the piece. So I am going to go straight in with the 1/2 inch bowl gouge. That's 3/8. There's my 1/2 inch. Okay, is it sharp enough? Yeah. I'll keep this at 1,000 reps, okay? So I'm a little tad too high there. A little tad. Bring that down. Hi, RG. Hi, RG. How are you, buddy? You okay? Never used to hollow at 1,000 revs, or 1,055. I used to hollow around 600, but as the pieces have progressed, really, I progress as a wood turner. So I think every piece that I do is just teaching me something, and I find that hollow at high speed, it gives me much cleaner finish, much cleaner finish. And yeah, some of the grain patterns that are coming through here at the moment are actually really incredible, really pretty. So yeah, the piece that we did the other day, actually, I had to put it back on the lathe because after a bit of inspection, I realised that there was a couple of tool marks in the piece, which I put back on the lathe and did some finishing, tidying up with it really. So just going to bring that down just a tad. 900, 950. Just put in some more depth, get it deeper. Is that camera angle okay there, or do I need to move it? Somebody let me know. Okay. Okay, let's have a stop, and thank you very much, RJ. Appreciate that. Thank you. It's the feedback which helps me improve, get better at do better content, I suppose. And what I've just noticed, there's an almighty crack in here, right on the inside, which I'm very, very, very mindful of. Very, very mindful. I didn't realise that was there. Right, what I'm looking for. Something thin and something shallow. It's not too bad. Can I escape that? Can I get past it? Probably. It's quite in the way. It's actually in the wall. Actually in the wall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my 3/8 bowl gouge. I'm just going to be very careful as I make some passes here. I may be able to get past it. We'll see. We shall see. It's the second piece I've had from this Spalted Beech. It's had some problematic cracks in it. The other one I've got, which is incredibly awkward, is the other piece of Spalted Beech I've got has got a massive hole in the side of it, so it might be hello Kitty. It may be an epoxy job and fill, because I've got a crack running through here, which could be a problem, and that is a big problem. So maybe an epoxy job. So we'll see how we get on with that one. Right, let me have a look at this crack. Ooh, I'm going to have to be very, very careful. I'm going to have to be careful. Right, let's put that 1/2 inch down. I'm just going to sharpen up my 3/8 roll now. 1 second. Right, let's put that in there. Seconds. Now we're sharp. Hi Rami, how are you, buddy? Have you having a good day there, mate? We've got a real big crack here, Rami, and let's crack on. I'm not going to know until we can try and get past it. So apologies for a minute because I just want to keep an eye on this crack. If I get past it, I'm going to be happy. I will be extremely happy. Yes, it is. Oh yeah, yeah. It's problematic. I've got CA glue here. I've got CA glue. I thought it was just here on the rim, but here's that little thing I have there. It's not deep. That's why I'm going to keep passing at it, and see if I can actually remove it without causing too many problems. I don't like cracked wood. Either. I don't like cracked wood. Right. Go back to 1055 revs. So I want some really quick RPMs here so I get a lovely clean finish past it. Only just cleaned my workshop as well. Oh, we're on it now. Okay, we are definitely on it. Because I can't feel any depth. It's just, I can feel it, but I don't think it's going any deeper than that. So, if you're enjoying the live, don't forget to drop me a like. And say, all helps the channel out. It is free. It all depends what kind of time of day I get on, really. And sometimes my lives go extremely well, and sometimes they don't. So, but we're trying to use my experience to get through this now. So. So Dave, you're feeling getting to the other side of a crack like that. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. going to say it's once I passed it, I'll be like, thank God for that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to see if I can go in with a push cut here. Swing it round and see if I can get rid of it. I've got enough material there to come round, so. Woo! There. Feel that. I can feel that. Oof. Let me just try something. Get that round tip carbide out, and I'm going to come in. I'm going to come round it. See what difference that makes. I think it's just a mark in the wood now. I'm going to feather that rim out. Feather it round. That's better. 1/4 inch bowl down. fact, no time like the present. 1 second. I'll just pick up the 3/8 racket power bowl gouge. I tend to just use the crown bowl gouges, but I thought I'd see what it's like. I haven't reprofiled it yet, so just trying to get a feel for it. So many different grind on it. Do like it. Just be very, very light with it. Just be very, very light with it. So quite lighter than my crown, lighter than the crown bowl gouge, but okay, and sand it. Let's sand it. Mask. Sawdust. Set the specs off. Pop on. Any scrapers? I've got the Hamlet one here. The Hamlet bowl scraper. Brilliant tool. Love it. Good dip, dead centre. first one is going to hand it. No, actually. Very, very gentle. Excuse me. I've got a little dip in dead centre, right in the centre here. I'm not trying to create any more depth, but I got, oh, do you know what I've gone and done? Because I initially put the faceplate on to mount it, and I changed my mind. And the 4 screws from the faceplate, I had it. Those 4 holes are sitting in the bottom of the bowl. So, what I'm going to do now, oh, by the way, this piece, I've never turned bale before, but I'm going to try. So that's for a pre-recorded video, because I don't want to mess it up. There is it. Ah. Some CA glue. And plug those little 4 holes. Because otherwise I'm going to finish the piece and you're just going to see 4 little holes in the bottom of the bowl, which could be a pain. They say don't always use gloves, but I do want to use glue. Glue of any kind. take this off the lathe a second. See them. Pain. So the glue. This dries very, very, very quickly. So I want to be able to glue, glue, glue. And take some very fine sand, sawdust. Hence why I needed the gloves. Bear with me. Cheers, Dave. You ever done that? Put a faceplate on and then afterwards you realise when you work up through the base of the bowl, well, it's welcome to the bottom. Those screw holes there. Sitting right on the opposite side, just like, oh, damn it. Don't spot that. Right. While that's drying, I'll work on the outside. Make sure that's nice and... I put the bulb on before in my previous month's wood turning, and I've realised basically once it wasn't sitting actually perfect. Glue block. Let me write that down. I'll get one of those. Thank you for the feedback. It really does help. Yeah, I think we've all been there. I think we've all been there. It's been a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, fine already. Fine already. Uh, 80, 120, 120. Somebody gave me a big roll of this, quite a lot of it. It's paperback stuff. It's useless, absolutely useless. I think it lasts probably about 30 seconds before it's dull. So I go for the tactic stuff. The paperback one lasts a lot longer. Not the cheapest, but it's better than that stuff. So, but thank you very much for that, RG. Appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that. I think I came on at the wrong time of day. It's very, very quiet in my life today. Very, very quiet. I am going to start on that bill soon because I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. So that's better. Stand there. Honestly. Round nose scraper. Ooh. Good enough, it was sharp.
Okay. Okay. I borrowed a paper from yesterday and for the life of me, I have to go where to put it. Oh God. Right, let's crack on.
See the camera getting dusty. Right, there's my protocol. This stuff's cheap as chips, man. I think I paid £10 for 5 litres of it, so give it a clean. I like ice pro box. It gives me a good indication how it's going to look before I apply finish. Evaporates really quickly as well, so. Oh, that was a bit of a silly idea. I understand now why my other half turned around and said to me, just use a spray bottle. Getting it everywhere. Getting it absolutely everywhere. Right, just make sure that's completely locked. Get out there. Okay. It's dry already. Well, it would be a split half of it on the lathe. Okay. There we are. Nearly there. We're nearly there. Let's buff this up. I was hoping on the Black Friday deal today, I was hoping there'd be a nice record power bandsaw on Black Friday, but unfortunately not. So I want to get a bigger bandsaw with a bigger bed on it. So I can get 12 to 14 inch logs underneath it. Unfortunately mine's too small, so the chainsaw will do for now. Here we are. Interesting. We should create more of a form, but that's a pretty piece. Quite like some of the spalting on the outside. There's that crack. There. Was there. It's just a mark now. So overall, I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece, RG. Love some of the detailing, some of the effects it's got. Really, it looks really different. Really different. You can see what those 4 screws went through. Right, initially mounted the faceplate, but lesson learned today. Don't do that again. So, I think I'll put this one to the side as a lesson learned. Don't use the faceplate if you can use the worm screw. But yeah, overall, it's if you measure it, I think it's 8 by 3. It is 8. 8 by 3. What a guess. What a guess. But there we are. Overall, quite happy with that. I wish I'd created more of a natural curve, but it's better it being square, isn't it? So overall, I'm quite happy with it. So, but yeah, I was going to say today's been a lesson. Don't use the worm screw in the faceplate. So, but yeah, if you enjoyed the live, don't forget to drop me a thumbs up. That really does help me out. And yeah, anybody who wants to support my journey as a woodturner on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All helps me out massively. But I am in well deserved need of a cup of tea. So, but yeah, I might be back on very soon, because what I want to do, I don't think I'm going to turn this live, because I've never turned a build before, and I think it's going to be a lesson. Again, it's, yes, 10 inches by 2 inches, so it'll make a nice platter or a nice shallow bowl, one of the two. But yeah, one of my friends said to me that they want to see me turn a build, so yeah, why not? And I also want to try and turn some walnut. I've got my eyes on it at the moment, but unfortunately we can't get that round here, so it's going to be a job for eBay or Turner's Warehouse, something like that. So, but thank you very much, Dave. Appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that. Hopefully I'll be back on before you know it. I was going to do 2 today, but I've got too much to do this afternoon. So, but I will be back either later or tomorrow, because yeah, I just want to try something different. The only thing, I've got a piece here which is really catching my eye, is this one. The problem being, I've got with it, where's that worm screw gone? That does not give me much room for a tenon. So, I don't tend to use a recess, but I might have to on this piece. Very shallow, so, and the screws I use are too big. Screws I use are going to go right through. So, glue block, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Never used a glue block either. I've never used a glue block either, so always. So basically, yeah. Let me just try and find something. So block like that, tenon, and then glue that to, say for instance, because it wasn't all cup, and glue it back to the back of the piece. Is that how you do it? Like that. Is that how it's done? And say, because I was trying to make a jam chuck as well. Perfect RG. Tried to make a jam chuck the other day, and I've got too many bowls with too many tenons on. So, so I was looking at the cold jaws. I was also looking at the Longsworth jaws. Quite like the look of the Longsworth, but there's pros and cons. There's reviews, isn't there? They're a bit mixed. So, and yeah, I just want to try and turn the tenon off rather than saw the thing off. So, yeah, I'm going to try that glue block idea. Sounds like a bloody master plan. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to love yous and leave yous, and hopefully I should be back on very soon. And yeah, and hopefully lesson learned from that one. So, but yeah, hope you all have a good afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And hopefully I'll be back again to turn something different. I want to order a pen mandrel today, because I do have some pen blanks in the other room, some acrylics and some wood. So I've never turned a pen, but it's definitely on the agenda, because it's fiddly, but I want to try. it. So know my luck, I'll enjoy it and end up producing tons of them. So but yeah, I'll leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed my live. It's going to say, and yeah, pens do look fun. I say it's 1 second, RG. I've got wooden pen blanks. And I've also got these acrylics, which are quite funky looking. These look rather funky. So, never seen any acrylics before, but yeah, I'd like to try and turn the, yeah, aren't they? Aren't they just? It's different to turn. So, I've got a pen handle for my mini lathe, more stable 1, but I haven't got a more stable 2 one, so I need to, yeah, get a pen handle, and yeah, so I suppose cut them in half, drill through, isn't it? They slide on, shape them up, put the spaces in, and yeah, and then basically round them off, and then put your pen thingy in it. What's it called? The ink. So no, neither have I. Well, neither have never seen a pen. So definitely one for the agenda. So I've got these 2, yeah, the wooden ones. See, that looks quite interesting. It's a bit warped. So soon sort that out. Soon sort that out. But yeah, they were given to me as a gift to try and turn the pen. So but definitely worth a go. Definitely worth a go. But at least four reasons to try. So but yeah, but I may do it live. I may pre-record it. I don't know yet. But I also want to do a ring, just to have that variety of being able to turn other than a bowl, a vase, platter kind of thing. So, but yeah, hopefully you'll follow me along for the journey, and hopefully I shall see you all very, very soon. But I'm going to go make a cup of tea, and yeah, you will have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you in the next one. But thanks for watching YouTube. Thanks for all your love, support, and yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Take care.